Okay, have you ever really thought about the clothes you're wearing right now? I mean, really thought about them. Because they're telling a story, a secret one, written in a kind of code, a language of numbers and threads. And today, we're going to learn how to read it.
It all starts with something like this. Imagine finding this page of handwritten notes. Now, at first glance, it looks kind of messy, right? A little confusing. But what you're actually looking at is a cheat sheet from a textile pro. These aren't just random scribbles. They're the exact secret recipes for all kinds of fabrics, from the softest muslin to the toughest denim.
So the big question is, what on earth is this note actually telling us? You're seeing things like 90 times 100N and 90 inch times 88 inch. It definitely looks like a code, but trust me, by the end of this, you'll be able to crack it no problem.
All right, let's start with the big one right at the top of the note, EPI times PPI. This right here is the absolute foundation of how fabric is made. It's all about how the threads are put together.
First up is EPI. That stands for ends per inch. The easiest way to think about these is as the backbone of the fabric. They're the long vertical threads that get stretched out on a loom first. So EPI just tells you how many of those vertical threads are packed into a single inch.
And of course, it has a partner, PPI, or picks per inch. So if EPI are the vertical threads, PPI are the horizontal ones. They're also called the weft, and they're the threads that get woven over and under, over and under. And the PPI? Well, that just tells you how many of those you'll find in an inch.
You put them together, and what you get is the fabric's density. This is what most of us just call thread count. You know, it's kind of like pixel density on your phone screen. The more pixels, the sharper the image. With fabric, the higher the thread density, the tighter and more solid the fabric is going to feel. But wait, density is really only half the story. The kind of thread you're using matters just as much. I mean, 100 thick, chunky threads packed into an inch is going to feel totally different from 100 superfine, silky ones. And that brings us to the next piece of our code, knee and tex.
So there are two main ways to measure how thick a yarn is, knee and tex. Now, knee, which is the English count, is an indirect system. This is the tricky one. It means the higher the knee number, the finer the thread. Kind of backwards, right? Then you have tex, which is a direct system, so it's way more straightforward. The higher the tex number, the thicker the thread. Remembering that knee is backwards is honestly the key to cracking this whole thing. Okay, we've got our decoder ring now. We get density, we get thread thickness. So let's do the fun part. Let's put this all together and see how this code creates the real-world fabrics we saw in that note.
And boom, here's where the magic happens. Let's look at muslin. It has super high knee numbers, 90 and 100. That tells us the threads are unbelievably fine. And those super fine threads are packed together really tightly, almost 90 in each direction per inch. The result? Exactly what you'd expect, a fabric that's lightweight, really soft, and breathable. Now let's jump over to the denim. It uses the tex system, and those numbers, 33 and 47, tell us the threads are much, much thicker. And they're not packed together as tightly. The result? You guessed it, the strong, sturdy, super durable fabric we all know.
So get this. That simple set of four numbers, 2 for how big the threads are, 2 for how close they are, that's the entire recipe. It's like the fabric's DNA, and it's what determines whether you end up with something delicate enough for a baby blanket or something rugged enough for a pair of work jeans.
Okay, so this is all pretty cool stuff, but why does it matter to you and me outside of a textile factory? Well, it matters because this code has a direct impact on the clothes you buy and wear, literally every single day.
And that brings us to a really common question, one you've probably even asked yourself when you're out shopping for bed sheets. Is a higher thread count always better? Is that the ultimate sign of quality?
The answer is a definite no. Not at all. It's all about fitness for purpose. Think about it. A crazy high thread count might feel amazing for luxury sheets, but it would be awful for a summer shirt you want to be breathable. A heavy-duty backpack needs thick, strong threads, not super fine, high-count ones. It's all about matching the construction to the job it needs to do.
So, this code, it's not just some boring technical stuff. It's what defines everything about a fabric, how it feels against your skin, how long it's going to last, what it's actually good for. It's how manufacturers can make the exact same fabric over and over again. And for us, it pulls back the curtain on the hidden science of our clothes, and honestly, makes us smarter shoppers.
So the next time you pick up a t-shirt or a pair of jeans, just remember, it's not just a piece of cloth.
It's a piece of engineering. The whole story of how it was made is written right there in its threads. And the cool part is,